Almost every program you write will need to get information from another source, like the user, or a database, a sensor, or the internet. In this video, we'll talk about how to get it from the user, which means the person who's sitting at the keyboard who's running your program. For example, a vacation planning program might ask the user where they live and where they want to go on vacation. To build up to this, let's first start our program with a variable set directly to a location, like this. Place is Rexburg. We sometimes call this a hard-coded value because it's written directly into the code of the program, rather than something that the user will type in. And we can now print this out like this. Print, F for format, you are from, and then I put the name of the variable in those curly braces. Remember that the F string allows you to put the variable place into the string that's being displayed. Now, of course, this program will always print Rexburg, and I can run that and we'll see that here. You are from Rexburg. But what if we want to ask the user where they are from? Well, to do that, we can use the input function. Input is a built-in function, just like print, and you'll learn about other functions in the future. Whenever you call a function, you type the name of the function and then put parentheses after it. So instead of saying places Rexburg, I'll put input and then those parentheses. What goes inside the parentheses depends on the function. For the input function, you put the text that you want to display to the user inside the parentheses, like this. Where are you from? When the program runs and gets to this line, the input function will wait for the user to type something in and press return. And then the program gathers whatever they typed and it stores it into the place variable. Notice that input always returns or gives you back a string. So the variable named place will be a string. Later on, we'll talk about how to convert the input into numbers when you need to do that. So let's run this a few times to see how it works. We already have this print statement here, so I can just run it and say, where are you from? And I might type in Mexico City. And it says you're from Mexico City. I can try this again. Where are you from? New York. And I can see you are from New York. Now, this is pretty good, but did you notice that when it asked for input, it put it right up next to the question mark? We can make this look a little bit nicer by putting a space right there after the question mark. Now when I run it, it starts my cursor right there with a space, and that looks a little nicer, so I can type in London and it will say I'm from London. Okay, this looks great. So let's add something else. If this is a vacation planning program, let's ask the user where they want to go. Okay, so let's add another input statement right here. And this time the variable will be vacation place, and I'll ask them input, and then in quotes here, where do you want to go on vacation? I'll put my question mark and a space after it. Notice that because the variable name I chose has two words, I put an underscore in between them. Now I can add a second print statement that says, you want to go to, and then I can put the vacation place in that one. So let's run this. Let's say that I am from New York and I want to go to London. You're from New York and you want to go to London. Now, one final thing, let's use the debugger to walk through the execution of this program one line at a time and see what's happening. I'll set a breakpoint right here at the beginning and then we'll walk through line by line. So I select the breakpoint, I debug the Python file, and here we go. I'm going to go ahead and step over this line and notice that I'm not seeing anything in my debugger. That's because the program is waiting for me down here. I'm from New York. Now it's moved on. It stores the variable New York in the place variable over here, and it's ready to run the next line. I step over one more time. It asks me the question. I want to go to London. It stores that variable in the vacation place variable over here. It stores London. I can stretch that over and see it. And now it's prepared for me to step over and print those last two lines. So that's how you can get information from the user right into your program.